Hello, thank you so much for joining us again for today's episode. Of course, it's always amazing to have you here to learn together. My name has always been Miss Millie. Thank you for joining us. If you are new, we say a warm welcome. Yes, this channel is all about making motherhood joyous. So to our new people joining us today, we look at educational videos from the day you get pregnant throughout your journey to you have your lovely baby, and we look at it through postnatal as well, and then we dive into the financial stability that you might need throughout this journey to ensure that, of course, your journey is joyous. Without money, some part of happiness is sometimes eliminated. So of course we look at the financial side of things as well. So a big welcome once again. Last week we treated on postnatal part 1. Of course, on this month we are all about postnatal. So if you've not watched last week's video, I will put the link below in the description. Just hit right on it and it will take you there, because it addressed how to adjust to your new role as a mom. Today we are doing postnatal episode 2. And of course, I'm bringing you more juice to be able to guide you through your postnatal journey after having your lovely baby. But before we go, I would say congratulations to every mom, every new mom, every first-time mom. You have done an incredible job and you deserve an applause. Yes, before we begin the video, I want to declare that I'm neither a medical expert or practitioner, but it is through my experience as a mom, through the postnatal pack by NHS, and of course by some research and brainstorming with other mothers, I bring you this educational video. Stay tuned and let's begin. Alright, so I'm starting off by you having your baby and you leaving the hospital. Yes, the most triggering thing is when they tell you are leaving the hospital early afternoon and then there are delays. Oh my God. You just want to bloat out because you can't just have that enough time to get home to spend that quality time with your baby. And sometimes it makes us feel very, very angry or stressed. Okay? But hey, you waited all those days to have that baby. So take that time, you will go home. But before you go home, ensure that you have your postnatal notes. Yes, it's very important. Ask the midwife for it and take it home. The second thing that you should ask for before leaving the hospital is your postnatal information pack. Yes, and that includes contact numbers. These contact numbers are very important in terms of any changes or any emergencies. These are direct numbers you could call to get the support that you need. So it's very important to have these two things, your postnatal notes and your postnatal information pack before you leave the hospital. Yes. Then, once you have that, it's incredible, you can go home and spend quality time with your bouncing baby. All right. Someone will ask, when I get home, what happens? So when you get home, we have community midwives, of course. Community midwife needs to visit you in your first or second day when you go home. So if you do not get any midwife visiting you in your first 2 days, give the hospital a ring. All right. So the midwife will usually visit you at home when you leave the hospital, as I've said earlier, and they will discuss with you some future visits. So their first day, they'll come have a chat with you to be able to know how to adjust to your needs or which days and times are suitable for you since you are adjusting to a new role. That is so thoughtful of them. Yes. If you have had a home birth, definitely the midwife who came home to help you deliver is going to talk to you about future visits. Yes, before leaving your home. So with that, there will not be need for any midwife coming to you in your first to your second day. All right. This care or these visits normally takes place within minimum of 10 days. So they will visit at least minimum of 10 days and longer, depending on how you need them or the necessity of you wanting them around. Sometimes these midwives come for first, second visit, and then they transfer you to a health visitor. Yes. So the health visitor will continue to provide you support till your baby grows and develop and is ready to go to school. As I said, if you've not had any midwife coming to you after a day after you leave the hospital or two, please give the hospital a ring. All right, now we're looking at what you can expect from a community midwife when they visit your home. So the midwife will ask you about your health and your well-being, and of course that of the baby. Yes, they will give you guidance on so many things. All right, so some of the things that they're going to give you guidance on or answer your questions on includes: 1, the expected normal recovery from childbirth. So they're going to be looking and talking to you about how you can recover quickly from your childbirth. Of course, you are sore. There's so many things that has changed about your body. So from their experience and their knowledge, they're going to be advising you and giving you guidance as to how to recover very fast. The second thing that they will discuss with you will be the general health of the baby and where you might need help. Okay. Then the third thing they will discuss with you is feeding your baby. So if your preference is breastfeeding, if your preference is bottle feeding, whatever type that you have decided to go based on your own choice, they are going to give you guidance towards that and support as well. Then the fourth thing that they might discuss with you is every aspect of your baby's care. What do I mean by that? So that might include the skin care, how you're going to take care of the skin, because sometimes this baby comes with very dry skin. Yes. So they're going to teach you how to take care of their skin. They're also going to teach you how to take care of their cord. Okay. So most times their cord being cut, you need to take care of it to make sure it doesn't have any infection. All right. And stay away from bacteria. From experience, you always have to keep it dry. So they will give you guidance on how to treat it when you're bathing the baby and when you're creaming the baby, how to keep it dry. Great. And that takes us to point number 5. They are going to also discuss with you concerns after birth. So concerns after birth might include tiredness, mood changes, perineal discomfort. All right. So they're going to talk to you about all these and how to manage it in your new role as a mom. Great. Then lastly, last but not the least, they are going to be talking to you about contraceptives. I know that big word. All right. And it's sometimes it is not, people have the myth that they push you to go for contraceptives. But from experience, I think they do not push you to go for it. They just told you because sometimes it is good to leave the womb recovering for at least 6 to 1 year before having another pregnancy. So they just let you know the options out there so that you will not be kept in the dark. Great. Lastly, they were going to do a physical examination. Okay, so it's going to be about you. If you've had C-section, you're going to let them see the stitches and see if it is recovering well, if it is okay, if it is wet, and they're going to give you guidance towards how to keep it healthy. And of course, a physical examination of the baby. So they will undress the baby, they will check the baby to see that he's okay, the bones, everything is okay. And of course, sometimes they weigh the baby on their first visit or the second. So these are things that the midwife is expected to discuss with you when they visit. Of course, and don't forget to book your 6 weeks postnatal check with the GP. Very important. So this check is not just for yourself, but for the baby as well, to make sure that whatever procedure you went through during birth is secured or has no after effects. So your 6 week check is very important. you receive a letter. If you've not had anything with the GP, call your GP and book your 6 weeks postnatal check. Yes. And then if you have had a survival smear in the last 3 years, it is good, or it's a good idea to have 3 months after you have had your baby. Did you get that? So if it has been a long time, let's say 3 years ago that you had your cervical smear test, then it's a good idea that you have 3 months after you have had your baby. And to do this, you just have to call your GP. Of course, today has been another juicy episode of helping you to adjust to your new role as a mom. And I believe that we taking it bit by bit will help you and guide you to still enjoy your baby and the journey. That is all this channel is all about. It's about making motherhood joyous. It is your lady, Miss Millie. I will see you in my next video. Bye.